Alright, muri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakare ipo pano paZimu News update apo patinoda kupa mafirst hand update anonga ari kuitika munyika yedu yeZimbabwe. So kana uri mutsausa panosina kusubscribe kulike nekushare. So muzuva ranhasi ndakatibatanidzei maupdate akati siyane siyane ndiri kuuya nawo ndakabatanidza pano tiri kuona kuti kuda Tagwirei kusabatikira kwaari kuita mazuva ano kuda Tagwirei ari kunzi hatsi kunzwa zvakanaka kuda Tagwirei akabuda munyika kunorapwa kunze kwenyika. So veruzhinji vari kutoti akadini kuenda kuArondale hospital yake yanorapisa vanhu mahara yaanoti no zvinhu zvazvishande mhuri yeZimbabwe vanokwada kuenda kune zvakafanana sort of like zvichitaurwa kufa kwakaita sort of like waVictor Matemadanda waVictor Matemadanda vakaendeswa kuKG6 I think no wasi waVictor Matemadanda man kune vamwe brigadier general vanga vari kutaura nemwana wavo kuti wakaendeswa kuKG6 kwakashayikwa therapy wakaendeswa ku sort of like kuparenya kwakashayikwa vakaendeswa kunonzi kuWestern hospital yakashayikwa then wakazoendawo kuchipatara chechechi private hospital yechechi ndo kwakazowana machine iyoyo chinova chiri chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka chinova chiricho chiratidzo chinoratidza kuti zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka. So tichipinda mudzimwe nhau mhuri yeZimbabwe tiri kuona nhau yanyoka yemabhunu wariwa activist wacomrade Bombshell Geza the late tiri kuona kuti wagara I think more than a year vari mukati meusungwa kunyika yeSouth Africa. So vari kunzi vange vachadhipotwa kunzwa kuno kunyika yeZimbabwe. So vakambomirwa nemaopposition ekuSouth Africa kutoti no makaendesa nyoka yemabhunu kunyika yeZimbabwe anogona kutourayiwa kana kungoitwa zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana because aitaura masensitive word pamusoro papresident Emmerson Mnangagwa achitaura zvinhu zvakasiyana siyana pamusoro pezviri kuitika mubato reZanu PF akasvika pakutaura kuti wanzi matwins aya wana wani woye chichichi kutaura Collins naShawn aitaura nyaya dziri sensitive achitaura nemazita nemachichi chimwa. So veruzhinji vari kutaura kuti now dai anga ambomiswa kudzokera kuno kunyika yeZimbabwe ambosiwa ariko ikoko because akatoya kunocheta nogari mawana ake nyoka yemabhunu to return to Zimbabwe. Ndofunga muri kuona South Africa orders extradition of human rights activists to Zimbabwe. The South African judiciary has ruled that political activist Jeremiah Wellington Musiwa must be extradited to Zimbabwe. Masiwa also known as comrade nyoka yemabhunu tiri kuona pana padzungu ari padhare zviwafana izvi zvamaifunga kuti hamumise ngwena zvamaifunga kuti hazvimisike wani. So tiri kuona panapa ndokupera kwenhauwa yacho because wese ava hapana hapo select because vanonga varingomirwa kunzi cab 3 iri pasi then kana rapasa wochipera kungobuda panenge pasitomborina kana nyaya muchatoona zvichangoti mbombombo zvongopera zvakadaro mhuri yeZimbabwe. So tiri kuona panapa ari kuwanza zvake achitoti type vanhu ava ndo vaiti wamapfumo vanga vachisiya 1.5 million uku achichera mbewa uku even kana kuti inonzi kuparaizwe GoFundMe ye 5,000 hawatombokwanisi but unonga uchiudzwa kunzi siya 1.5 million vamwe vanhu. So tira kuti tinyase kunzwa nyaya yacho tinzwe kuti yakamira sei kumakomrade
an opposition mindset. Saka it has been a process kana yekutosunungura mabhaudha acho mbichana kuti vanhu vanotanga vachati vachidya marasha after a few months vanoti but you know what but uyu tonzwisisa handiti and then as time goes on now you have the youth now yearning to live in a system where hard work in itself is not rewarding.
Yes.
We now adopt a system where whatever you do has to be associated with this source of trinkets. So slowly but surely the train has been weakened. Mchana kusika umwakutoti hamana join them at this point kangatingoita iripo. This is why people now are saying kuti hainini chero ndikapinda chero inini ndikatongofonerwa ndikanzi yotore inini ndakutongoenda. That's the end goal. This is what these people are looking for. These are the sentiments they have been waiting for during this whole process. And they've done so by initially using the people that you adore. And then isusu atadzoka totanga kumasaja situation manje. totanga kutsvaga maways ekuti haiwa achatrima masongs achazodai umwe hanzi haana kunzi akompose song yezanu pf angonzi ngayo kuzopefoma. It's because of our adoration yemunhu. But kana tiri vanhu vane a certain ngirikini principle doesn't change. Ndosaka ichinzi it's a principle. Principle is not changed nekuti who has fallen into that seat. Then the other thing, ndanzwa mumwe achiti ngatigarei pasi tione kuti how can we fight this kind of behavior. Now, you can only fight this monster in two ways, Uncle Jed. Number one, you can fight man. You can only fight money with money.
Right.
Right. You can only fight money with money. And as it stands, you will find Guti, it's very difficult or relatively impossible then to fight against a system which is taking advantage of the taxpayer and is digging right into the coffers of the government to in order to finance and fund its own agenda, right? Pane madhezi akambonzi pakamboita karuma kekuti strive arida kunenge ada kupinda munhu ngirikini, whether it was fake news or whatever, but pakamboitika karuma ikako kekunzi strive arida kudedede. There was a lot of kanenge kakuti but finally we might have an answer. Why? Because pane an element, pane element that has been missing for a long time. So number one, you fight money with money, which is at this moment relatively impossible. Number two is having a fighter's mindset. And this mind and a fighter's mindset now, it's a mindset which goes beyond material things. Because if we look into our history, I think Dr. Tadini indicated those sentiments. Because if we look into our history, there were people, as Nautanganas, there were people who joined the BSAC, the Rhodesia forces, as proxies, as auxiliaries, and even as part of the BSAC military. Why? Because kwanga kutori nematrinkets akaripo at the time. They were regular wages. Mangoma wages actually they were actually on a 2-week basis. Pane ma-housing schemes pane vamwe vanhu muhaifiridzum vakatengesa the struggle vakapiwa tudzimba muhaifiridzum, right? So it's not something that started today, but pane vakasarudza to maintain and retain a fighter's mindset, to say what we are looking for is beyond kambake kwaifiridzaka. What we are looking at and the future that we are desiring goes beyond whatever material that we may get now. Ndo vanhu vakasunungura nyika ivavo. And what the regime is trying to do is to weaken that mindset as much as possible, from old to the youngest person in the country. That is the idea. That is the whole idea. So now they then use my figures at what right. Yeah, Thomas, vakabvirira rini vachitry na Thomas. We are not saying he was not genuine at the time that he was fighting and pushing Chimurenga and pushing liberation and standing for the people. He was genuine and he meant it, but it doesn't make him invincible today because it's him who has finally decided to fold that principle. Isusu tinenge tatova neproblem yekutadza kudisena kuti no, tikuzvinzwisa zveshuwawo 1 million zveshuwa inonetsa, especially at that age inonetsa kuramba because wakuda kusiya your house iri in order. Ichokwadi ichocho, we are not disputing that, but at the same time hazvibvisi futi the fact yekuti the principle on its own has been bended and has been folded. Izvozvo hazvifanira kuchinja. It's better wacknowledge kuti dzaenda hadzo nemita at least ngaachiraramisa mhuri, asi zvanga zvichiverengwa neabva zvanga zvichitaurwa neabva kutaura kuti then his legacy and his legend status becomes complicated to the people who were seeing him as an icon of justice, and for the journalist, ethics are involved as well. Panotanga kuitika conflict of interest. This is normal. This is something that which it's not even debatable. Munhu akaenda akapinda mufield yekuti yakompromise ethics, it becomes tricky even to still continue to do what you were doing. And even if you continue to do what you were doing before, zvinenge zvisisina the same extent of authority yazvanga zvimbori nazvo, zvinenge zvisisina the same extent of impact yazvanga zvimbori nayo before. So yeah, those are my sentiments. Uncle JD, let's call a spade. Ngatisanyeperana.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. I do appreciate. Right. Can I go to King? To King Jesus. Do you want to come through?
Oh, thank you, our hardworking, noble, national Enyika. Greetings to everybody. Firstly, I wish to challenge the Nare guy. Is he still here? Real G Nare. To my knowledge, Nares would be from much south. If he's able to respond, it would be great. But the other source of how this young kid with a huge body, because he's overfeeding himself, obviously, at our expense. I'm not insulting him. That's the reality. He's stealing, and he has been given license to do so. What's his name? Wicknell. Wicknell, we hear, became what he is, wealth-wise, also partly because of hijacking resources which were meant to assist much south, is it Gwanda or that region? So I would have expected a Nare from much south to be fair, not to massage and romance with a clear corruption and criminal armed criminal involving the head of a country who became head through, very bad methods, which we really don't want to dwell on. But my concern is, why should we bless that methodology of getting rich? Why should we even embrace that? It is of concern. Then I will challenge us. It's very difficult because it involves a gentleman whom many of us respect in Matabeleland, being a Nerera, are people who are naked. But people like Zenzele, he has stood against the storm, taking huge risks against a dangerous, murderous gang. So it's really difficult to even mention him. But what I would say, if I'm still with you, host, if I'm not lost, what I have to say is that the fault falls on all of us. We have become so weak that thugs are just having a party, like jumping all over our heads. It's like we are completely incapable of stopping it. to the extent we had rather just embrace. No, no, Nare, we shall not embrace Satanism and corrupt our future generations and deprive our future generations of a normal, fair life. We will not do that, and we should not do that. And we have to correct ourselves. The fault on us is in this, that we are incapable of getting to the bottom of how they are getting away with it. To the extent, if we were a united, strong people, we would by now be, but then people say, no, you can't plan online. But where do we plan? We would be having panels investigating how even these generals who put Mnangagwa in power, how they are dying, even such basics, with the hope that then maybe we have the help of some security sector afraid for their lives as well, because it's them who empower this Satanism we are subjected to. And then, I will also touch on what's that guy's name, Batari, who was saying, as if praising, accounting for the history. We haven't got the history of the true activity of liberating our country, because ZANU-PF looted it and either destroyed it, or it's sitting on it, or for purposes of hiding the truth, because the whole main gang at the top are fake. They really haven't got an idea about how the struggle was genuinely fought for. They are just opportunists who are assisted into power by the UK, which makes me then touch on a risky language, which we have to, some of us have to. Some of us died ages ago anyway. Much as it was necessary to produce a constitution for the country, but some of us had wished we should have dealt with our problems using the Lancaster Conference constitution. Why? Because Britain is signatory to it. It was Britain who disarmed everybody, because the reality is it is impossible ZANU could have disarmed anybody, honestly. But it is Britain who did that to facilitate and empower ZANU-PF. After doing that, one would have expected they then assist to ensure that the ones they have empowered don't abuse power grossly. But no, they didn't. They just left us for the dogs. That's why we are pulling each other's hair, and it's not working. Because if ZANU-PF couldn't disarm Smith, couldn't disarm Zipra, couldn't disarm a cat, and then Britain disarms everybody and then leaves us naked, and then how possible is it that we will stop these Ganandas who have privatized the entire national security infrastructure? Let me pause here, because these are issues we have to come up with and have a solution to it, to the extent we need panels to establish these handlers, those who are poisoning people, because our communities of Mashonaland know who some of these people are. These are the satanic things we have to arrest, or else we are all in danger. Let me pause here.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Right.
Sorry, I'll get to my mic. Bear with me. My phone blanks out.
All right. Okay. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Right. Can I? Right. I want to do this. Can I go to Jonah Signoro and then Charumbira, because you guys haven't spoken, and then I'm going to circle around, starting with Mendas. I'll go to Dr. Tadini. You got your hand up. Yeah, but for now, so I said Jonah Signoro and Charumbira, because you guys haven't spoken. So let us start with Jonah.
Angochedzi Move Titus makadiko.
Say.
Ijingiri jinga jinga.
Mandle kujamba kwa mabiza.
izvezvi chitotaura nemi angu jedzika
Eh.
percentage yandandichikupai namoftitus yeresistance muzongondiregererawo because metsi ishoma but izvozvi as I'm talking to you matosara kuma70 because kuti ndikuisei kwandandakambokuisaika jingu yacho yauya kushata
aiwa
yauya
triple jona
kushata
triple
zvachose zvekuti
Yosiyana nezviyo.
izvozvi triple jona
Yosiyana nezviyo. It's the boy.
angojedzika pakaipa munoziva musi wefriday pane kambo kamapfumo kandairidza so kanonzi nyangwe mukandipa zvakanaka sei handitengesi zimbabwe zvaita sei so ukazozvitarisa patava nhasi ndichiona maposta vhidhiyo iyaya unoziva ndandiri muhighway ndambopaka kumira pasaidi kuti tingadereri AI. Saka angojedzi izvozvi ini ndakutemboenda kusabatikari because mamiriro azvaita ndotozodzoka ndamboita